there's a chance that you're already great and you're already doing good, but some people will not see it. And I think that the word that you have to get used to hear the most in the music industry when you first start out is the word no. You're going to hear that so many times. Like, I have all the letters that we got from record labels saying, like, this is okay, but we're going to pass, you know, or you guys are a decent band, but I don't think we can work together. I got them all. You know, we probably got 20 of them. You know what I mean? Kept them all. And what does it mean? It means that this person doesn't think you're great for them. It doesn't mean you're not great. It doesn't mean you're not great for someone else, you know? Like, we talked to lots of managers before we found Eric and Rob, and, you know, it doesn't mean they're bad managers. It doesn't mean we were a bad band, but we were not just the perfect fit at the moment. You know what I mean? A lot of it is good timing. A lot of it is, you know, if they're not too busy with different bands and everything. So I think that you just have to keep your vision, keep your direction, believe in yourself. It's not because you hear no once or twice that you have to throw away all the songs you wrote and, you know, change your lineup and fire someone. You know what I mean? It's okay to try to get better, but at the same time, you have to believe in yourself enough to be able to accept that not everyone's going to get it right away, but it doesn't mean you're not good, you know what I mean? So keep it up.
And let me tell a quick story of how Simple Plan compares to any young Singaporean artist or any artist around the world. We look at Canada, and often you hear how Canada has funding for artists and helps them along and will give you money to record and this and that. That's all true. But you have to be signed to a Canadian record company and reside in Canada in order to get that stuff. Every single Canadian record company passed on Simple Plan. All the majors, all the other players, they all passed it. They didn't think it was for them. So as things sorted out, they ended up signing to Atlantic Records, and Warner Canada had to put it out anyway, so they ended up inheriting it. The point is, that made this band ineligible for any funding. So Simple Plan has never taken one penny, they haven't been able to, of funding to help their career, government funding to help their career, one. And two, by being from Quebec, all of these guys were French-speaking first, all of them. The only guy who was true bilingual at the time was probably Pierre. Sebastian from the band, I didn't think that guy had a tongue for the first 3 years. He just didn't speak Chile.
He's got a very good left hand.
And that's the point. It's like it's a fine story. So no one can look at this band and be like, oh well, they had this help, they had that help. They did. They went out and they made it happen for themselves, and they slowly grew and built their brand out.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe in 1999, Montreal, like now it's like Arcade Fire, and it's kind of an indie town. Everybody thinks it's the coolest town, but when we first started out, Montreal had a good music scene, and a lot of punk rock bands would play there, and you know, it's kind of like the punk rock mecca in some ways because it was really popular. But in terms of industry, there wasn't much going on. And I feel like sometimes when I talk to young people from here who play music, they tell us like, well, we're in Singapore, or where are we supposed to go? And it's like, we felt the same way, you know. We were like, we're from Montreal. It's not the hippest place. It's not New York. It's not LA. It's not Toronto, you know. But the one thing that in our mind we always said, it doesn't matter. The music is good. People are gonna pick up on it, and you can always get in a car and, you know, drive to New York or get on a plane and go to LA or something if you really believe in it. If something good happens, and that's what we did. You know, like the first time that Eric, you know, noticed the band, Rob and everything, it's like, okay, let's get in the car, let's rent the car. We didn't have a car, we just rented the car and we, you know, drove to Toronto. Same thing in New York. Like when we had some record labels that showed interest, we're like, all right, I guess we gotta go to New York, and we went to New York. You know what I mean? And so it's just like you have to do everything it takes. You know what I mean? No matter what it is. Like it might seem a little crazy, like, but at the same time, if you really believe in yourself, you're gonna put yourself in that position to, you know, to have people hear you and have people know about it, you know?
Including being a very good liar.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong with bending the truth, is there?
There you go.
Chuck, one of the things that we've talked about, and I think it's very noticeable, that Eric, again, it's another point that's important to consider, is that within the band, there is so many things that's not about the music. It's about everything around the music. And I remember in January you said that there's always got to be one person in the band that does this. And who is that in Simple Plan?
We're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, right. Chuck, seriously, it's you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny. For me, it was really natural to do that. I love playing drums. It's super fun. I'm passionate about it. But I'm not gonna lie and say I'm the best drummer in the world. I think that, you know, okay, I do the job. But what I think the best thing I bring to the band is being creative and being interested in that stuff and all the outside things outside of music. Obviously, songwriting being a big thing. That's key, you know. Like beyond just playing, you got to think about, okay, you can be the best guitar player, you can be the best drummer, you can be the best bass player. If you don't have good songs to play, nobody's gonna care. So right there, there's one thing that I can say is focus on songwriting. Focus on trying to understand how to tell your story, whatever that is, whatever experience you had, whatever, you know, thing that happened in your life. That's the number one thing, is find a way to talk about that in a cool and fresh way that will get people interested in what you have to say. Number one, music, obviously the melodies and everything, that's key, because without that, you can be the best player in the world. It doesn't really matter. You're not gonna be heard, and no one is gonna wanna, you know, buy your album, and no one's gonna say, oh, that's my favorite band, that's my favorite artist, you know. Second thing is, outside of just the music, the creation of music and playing the music, there's so many things you have to worry about, and it's something that I say often to Eric and to a lot of young bands is like, you know, you can have the best manager in the world, you can have the best agent in the world, the best record label, but the reality is that those labels, those agents, those managers, they got like 5, 10, 15, 20 artists that if something happens with you, if you put out a bad record or a bad single or a bad song, or if you start doing something stupid, you know, it's gonna suck. They're gonna be bummed out, but they got 19 other acts that they can go to, that they can book, or that they can put out records in. Nobody cares more about your band, about your music, than yourself. Nobody's going to be more passionate. Nobody's going to spend more hours than yourself, because that's all you got. I only got one band. You know, if tomorrow Simple Plan falls apart, or if we can stick together, or if we put out a crappy record, we're done. You know what I mean? And obviously Eric's going to do everything he can to help us and try to avoid that, but at the end of the day, you know, it's about the 5 of us. So that's why, to me, it was always so important to make sure that we would work hard and we would focus on not only the music, but making sure that we had a career, you know, because the moment it's gone, it's really hard to get it back. So that's why I care so much about it. And I actually love it. For me, it's not work. And I hope that if there's one thing I can convey is that I know sometimes it's perceived as, oh, it's uncool to care about something else and songs and playing shows, but the reality is that it's all this stuff, playing and writing songs, it's all possible because, you know, you have fans, and you have to, and the way you build fans is you care about the music, but you also care about everything else, about touring, about playing on the right record at the right time, about, you know, there's so many things, making the right videos, you know, having the right support acts on your tours, like everything matters. The smallest detail up to the biggest thing, it all adds up, and it all makes who you are as an artist, as a brand, as a band, whatever you want to call it. It all adds up, and it's the sum of it all that makes who you are, that makes us Simple Plan. It's because every little detail, like for example, the website, that matters. That's the first impression that people are going to have. Your record cover, that matters. The photo shoots, the video, you know, like even like a little ad in the magazine. That's still how some people, it might be the first impression they have of you. You know, the live show, the order of the songs on the album, the order of the song when you play a concert. Everything matters. That's why I don't sleep a lot, because it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? There's lots of emails and lots of conversations, but it's all really important.
I was just gonna say, and now there's such a tendency, because it's so easy to spread your stuff out there. You can write a song in your basement and it's up there. And you can post your videos and your this and that and everything, but you should be wise and make sure you're ready, and make sure the song is like where you can get it. You just start spewing stuff out, people become disinterested. If you put out something great, and then something great again a month later or 2 months later, people become more interested. If you put out a piece of junk every single day, they're gonna go find out someone who's putting out something great.
And it's funny, like a lot of people laugh, it's like, if I make a demo, how many songs should I put? I put like 12. It's like, no, put your 2 best ones. You know what I mean? Or 3, whatever, and make people curious about it. So they go like, can I hear more? You know, if you put them 12, they're gonna go like, there's bound to be 1 or 2 that's not that great.